Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Jero. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here that any other time we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches, and the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, kindly subscribe, like the video, and don't forget that the contacts of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So if you have not followed me on Facebook, you can follow so that you get updates in real time. Now, our guest on today's show is coming from Vietnam. Vietnam is a country in Asia, and most people confuse people who have come from Thailand and Vietnam because they are almost neighbors. And the guy on today's show is called Pele Fred. Pele Fred. P-E-L-E. Pele Fred. Pele Fred is 47 years old and he is single. You all know that the question that features prominently on the show is why are you single at whatever age? And one thing I've been able to learn from different people who come from different places, from different parts of the world, is that marriage is not treated the same way it is treated in other parts of the world. For example, when I asked Fred, why are you single? Why are you single? Told me that in their country, marriage is not treated just like Africa. Marriage is not a rite of passage. It is not something that you are looking forward to, like you finish school, you're done with schooling, and then it is the next phase of your life. No, what they are taught, and this is how the culture is, you do not take a family until you don't take up a family until you are able to raise it, until you're able to be absolutely responsible, especially if you're a man. These are some of the values they are taught from a very early age. So what is he doing in Kenya? I want to finish this video first because there is a lot of noise outside, and then we can be able to as many as of those who are interested, they can be able to contact the guest and be with him. Now, in fact, by the way, I'm giving a disclaimer. Pele is living in Kenya for the 4th year now. He is a constructor, he's a builder, he's a developer, but in the category of an engineer. He is building in the famous Tattoo City. And one of the reasons why he wants to build and he wants to settle in Kenya, and why he wants a woman who is coming from Kenya, is because he's saying this is a country where most of his blessings have come from. In construction technology, you are promoted depending on the level of assignment that you accomplish after the rating. I mean, after a certain rating, after a certain assignment, you are rated. If you are consistent with a certain rating, if you are consistent, if you give a graph that is exponential in terms of growth, a graph that moves from point A to point B, from point B to point C, C to D, and in an exponential manner, a graph that goes upward, showing results of progress, then you are promoted. And that is what he got because he says he deserved. And almost every accolade he has been able to get, all the accolades he's been able to get were gotten when he was in the country. And that is why he wouldn't mind having a woman who even comes from this country. And this is what he's planning. He's saying that once he gets that lady, most people who have been around Tattoo City know that the place is being built by so many foreigners. A lot of foreigners are there and they are building, they are developing the city. When you go inside, if you happen to be there, if you've been around, you know that there are so many foreigners coming in the category of either engineers, civil engineers, building engineers, construction engineers, others are architects, and all of them are coming to help. So he has begun a company that is doing very well. People who have begun to build with precast blocks. Precast blocks are blocks of building that are slightly different from what we are used to. Ile mawe ya kawaida. Unaona ile mawe watu wanajenga. Ukitaka kujenga nyumba, unaweza jenga either na nyumba ya mawe ya 9 ama mawe ya 6. Unaona? Lakini kuna precast blocks inatengenezwa. There is a technology of making those blocks. They are equally good. Zinatengenezwa lakini kinakuja kikiwa kimoja kirefu. Instead of kuwekelea mawe, unaweza isimamisha like one block like this size kama inatoshana na size ya mlango, inasimamishwa kutoka juu hadi chini, inafungwa vizuri katikati, pale chini na pale juu, zinakuja zikiwekwa hivyo. Some of them are interlocking depending on the pattern that is used to make them, and so many people are adopting the technology. He is one of the people who is developing that business in Kenya, na inafanya poa. So he said, oh, this one is not new in Vietnam, but it is almost new in Kenya, and now people are coming to love the idea. So as a businessman, you don't want to shift from one place to another, especially when you have found what to do with your life. And he's been in the country for a couple of years, and the country is good. So he's looking for this woman who could be able to, let's say, match, a woman who could be comfortable, and a woman who could be, let's say, a woman who could be able to cope with him. At the age of 47, I'm asking you, have you ever married before? Did you have a girlfriend? Did you have a wife? Did you have an ex-wife? What is the history of your relationships? Telling me he has never been married, not once, not twice. The last girlfriend he had was in, I think, college. Said college, they call, what is the name? If you are familiar with what they call, there's a name they give college in Vietnam. There's a name, there's something tertiary something. That is when he had the last girlfriend, and the only reason was so that he can enjoy what he's enjoying today. For those of you who understand people who are career obsessed, I have met a number of them, and I can tell you that these people don't settle until they have accomplished what they want with their lives. Children can wait, marriage can wait, family can wait, everything else can wait until they are accomplished in their careers. So Pelefred is looking for this woman who is also in career, a woman who is looking forward to start with somebody who has not engaged himself with a woman, a man who has no drama. For example, if you want to talk to the family, if you want to talk, I'm asking him, and how do we validate the fact that now you are, how do we validate the fact that you are single, and that you are not going to probably take advantage of our African women? Because the buck start and stop here. As much as we give you access, you have to be accountable. Like, you have to be transparent 100%. We have to protect our women. These are our sisters, these are our mothers. How can you be accountable? He's telling me his supervisor is a Kenyan, his boss is a Kenyan. Okay, his supervisor is a Kenyan, his boss is a Kenyan, the person who recommended him for the job is a Kenyan, and these are people that he respects so much. Every client he has met in his precast block business is a Kenyan, because he's building. In fact, the company is called Pele. I've not been paid to advertise this. Okay, I've not been paid to advertise the company, but the company is called Pele. If you need those precast blocks, and those blocks, all the customers from Ruiru to Ruai, from Kajiado to Rongai. Kajiado is in Rongai. I mean, from Kitengela to Rongai, all of them in Kajiado. All those people who are using them, the people who are building locally, are outsourcing from him, and they are Kenyan. So there is no way he can do something to jeopardize the business. Listen, the business to them comes first. So there is no way he can put a relationship ahead of the business that will risk the business. If he was to risk, he would not have started a business in Kenya. Okay, so he's looking for a woman who understands topography, who understands the geopolitical influence of the area, the business jurisdiction of the region, and they can be able to build together. He doesn't have a problem having a woman who has 1 or 2 children, but the woman must be able to give him some. Again, remember, this is somebody who has never gotten children, and unless a man is not able, I am speaking this in the capacity of a man, unless a man is not able to sire children, he will always be comfortable having 1 or 2, at least some of his own, because of lineage, legacy, and continuation of his name. Okay, so he is looking forward to having this woman who is also interested in having a few more, because again, he would be very, very happy. We are quickly catching up with other parts of the world in terms of, influence and exposure. People from different parts of the world don't have a problem marrying foreigners. They don't. And what I've learned from the show is that we don't have a problem also marrying foreigners, do we? No, we don't, because the world has become a small village, and we need each other. We need each other. One hand washes the other. So this is Pele Fred, and he's very interested. He's saying that he will settle in Kenya. His business is beginning to boom. And what I've realized, and this is one thing I've been able to learn from, if you've been able to interact with people from different parts of the world, when they catch a dream, when they catch a vision, they run with it until that vision materializes. A good example is what he's done with his business. He's been an engineer, he's been in building construction, looking forward to start a brand that will be able to outlive his name. Okay, and he believes that as soon as he gets a good he gets good ground, he gets good clearance, he gets approval from everything, because the business is registered already. He wants to settle here, and then if they are going to Vietnam, they will just be going there to visit. Otherwise, he wants to settle in Kenya. I have seen citizens, let me tell you, most people think that there are no opportunities in Africa. There are so many opportunities if you can open your eyes. There are so many of them. So many of them. I've seen foreigners, Indians, I've seen people from different races settle here, find what they were meant to do, and give it their best. And once they do so, they still succeed. I've seen people doing that in Namibia. I've seen them do it in Uganda, Tanzania, Sudan and South Sudan, Ethiopia. Name any African country. In Ghana wamejaa huko. In South Africa we have so many of them. In fact, South Africa is one of the countries that is made up of mulattoes. Mulattoes are people of mixed parentage, and nothing booms like business there. So if you're interested, kindly get in touch. I'll post his contact on my Facebook page at Jenga Jero. Always get in touch, follow, so that you get these updates in real time. Okay, so we wish everyone. And another update, I am having so many foreigners that have been able to vet. I told you that once we vet, we approve, and the guy is even ready to give you the contact of his boss, muongee na yeye. If you want to talk to his supervisor, ujue ni ukweli amekaa in this country for the 4th year na ako serious na ameanzisha hiyo kampuni ni yake, you can get in touch. Just looking for that woman. And by the way, he loves dark. Said me emphasize on that. Loves dark. If you're there, maybe your skin is a little bit darker, all the very best. We wish you well. God bless you. Until next time, this is Jenga Jero. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on the road to 10,000. No, 100,000 subscribers. We're already at 10,000. I think I've said 10,000 for the longest time, and now I'm saying we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Watch our videos, like them, leave comments, and always let us know where you're watching us from. Until next time, this is Jenga Jero. God bless you. Bye bye.